Okay, in this video we want to georeference our scanned geologic map from the field. So if you were in this view from the last video, one important thing to use is if you come over to the table of contents and you right click on the layer, you can zoom to there, and I use that commonly to jump around. So now I'm going to turn the DRG back on, and I'm going to turn off the DOQ just so we don't have to see it keep drawing. I'm going to go ahead and get the magnifying glass and zoom just sort of generally around to Arnett Creek, just so we can have the zoom set up just about right. So now click on this little plus here and go and navigate to your folder. Now, one thing you can see, it says this is where we're going to go find the data. It says home Arnett Creek mapping 2016 Arnett Creek layers. If we double click on that, we don't see our map because it's this connect to folder. You go in and just connect to the folder that you named, wherever it is. And so that gets us a higher level and we can find what we're looking for. So now here's my field map. Now it's going to give us this error which says unknown spatial reference, and we can say yes, we know that's the whole point of the georeferencing. Thank you very much. Okay, so when we have it loaded, it doesn't appear because again we don't know, it doesn't know where to put it. So now we're going to begin the georeferencing activity. So first thing is you need to go to customize toolbars and grab this georeferencing toolbar. We need to have this ready, and you can kind of stick it. It's a sort of a sticky or floating toolbar. The next thing, and this is really important, so I'm going to say that again, really important. Click here, make sure that the target is the file you just brought in, your field map, because otherwise you'll georeference the reference and that doesn't make any sense. So make sure that's selected. And so now if you basically say fit to display, it has what we just brought in. The issue is that if you look, it's roughly in the right place, but it's way too big. So it's a common thing. Notice how I'm sort of clicking it on and off. So now I'm going to grab this tool right here, which is add control points, and you always go from the thing you're going to georeference to the reference or the truth. So let's start here. I can see right over here, right at the edge of the mapping area, this tributary junction. And if I turn this on, I can see it over there. So let's see if we can hit that. So click. And I just go to here, click. So that's all you have to do. Just click once in both places, and there it is. So you see there it translated it, so it put it in the right place immediately. So now I'm going to look over here in Doom Creek. I thought I saw, which is over here, there's a bend right in this area, which I think I can see right here. So let's click. And click. Okay, so now I've got two. So with two, you see it translates. It has translated and scaled it, and so we're already in pretty decent shape because there's not a lot of distortion in our map. So let's zoom to layer. Let's kind of zoom in on it. We can see that things are in pretty good shape. Let's go ahead and just look for something else to adjust. Importantly, we want to avoid using locations that are on the same line as the prior ones or really close to them. We want to kind of spread out our stitching of the georeferencing. So this is already in really pretty good shape, but I'd like to just put one more in somewhere over here. Even if it's already almost perfect, let's still just put one right down here as the contour is turning. And even if it's just a short distance, it just kind of helps stitch things together, which is key. So now you see we've got 3 points, not too far apart, or not along the line, and they're reasonably far apart. So we can add a couple more just for good measure. Let's pick the kind of this point of this contour here. There. So now I've got 4, and I'm pretty happy with it. When you do, I've only chosen the upper half of the map here just to kind of keep the lesson sort of limited so you can learn by doing. When you do yours, you probably you'll need to do more than 4, but you don't have to go crazy. You don't have to just do it in the mapping area. One thing I notice is right up here, looks like we need to pull things over. There. Okay, not too bad. A lot of times the drainage network is pretty stable. So I see, for example, another one in this area. There. Okay, now things are looking pretty good. Let's say you had one that you had done, like, I'm going to click here, and let's say I do that. All right, so it's not too good. I can see. Luckily, because we have the other ones, the 7th one, even though it's an error, it didn't affect the effort too badly. But one thing I can do is go in and view the link table and take that 7th one and delete that link. So this is if you've kind of done a mistake, you can try to get rid of it. But you want to be cautious. Don't go and then try to do it later. Try to get rid of it as you go. Now, sometimes you just get off on the wrong foot and it gets totally messed up. And if that happens, just start over. It doesn't take that long, and you'll be happier because some of the transformations are really not reversible. Okay, so let's say we're done. We got it to our satisfaction. So I'm going to go to Georeferencing Rectify, and you can leave these settings as they are. The cell size is going to be 2 meters per pixel. Resampling nearest neighbors find. The output location you have to set, and this is basically we want to go to our Aerosmith Arnett mapping. This is the directory where we're going to put the file, the name of which is here. And so I'm going to just it just puts a 1 at the end of the original name. I'm going to make this a little bit clearer, rectify, so it's obvious what it is. So now let's say save, and you should do it pretty quickly. So then you can add plus, and there's my rectify. If I add it, and you see it came in pretty well. So I'm going to delete the one that was sort of temporary that I had rectified, and now I'm in business. I've got my field map is in the right space, the right coordinate system, and I'm ready to go ahead and start to digitize. One thing to find as a final is, let's do file, save as, and I'll just append my name here, just so that if there's a mistake or something, you don't disturb the original version. Okay, so there we go, ready to roll.